All right, welcome back, I guess. So, where do I begin? I'm really going to make a concerted effort to keep this short, right? There's not much to say. We've had a day to think about it almost, and need to accept the fact it's probably the worst loss in program history. I mean, it's the first loss to an FCF school. It was pathetic and sad. Even if we would have won the game, it still would have been like both eyebrows raised, like, the fuck? Really? Jacksonville State struggled again, right? It was pathetic from the very outset of the game. When we're trying this gimmicky nonsense, Milton splitting out wide, two quarterbacks, like, what are we doing? We're not good enough to just try shit against anybody. Against anybody, we're not good enough to do that. It was just a horrible coaching on. You don't win this game without, you don't lose this game without incredibly incompetent coaching. So at the outset, I'm like, what are we doing? Let's go boring and run the ball until we get a decent lead. Then you can fuck off and fuck around, right? And we didn't do that. By the end, towards the end of the fourth quarter or midway through it, they threw up the graphic with Corbin. He was like 12, 13 carries, 8 yards a carry. How does that man have 12, 13 rushes in the fourth quarter? And last week I said Milton should start and likely will, but we should still see a lot of J-Trav. And we didn't. Why? As much as the Milton story is cool, it feels like, his narrative was being pushed by our coaching staff. We're trying to win a game. Not have another fucking feel-good story by ACC Network. Fuck that. I was fine with him starting, but we should have seen more J-Trav. As much as he's not a great passer, the offense has scored under him because of his legs, and the defense having to respect his legs, whether he makes a play with them or not, they have to respect it, which opens up other shit, whether it's play action or running lanes for the running back. So it was just fucking stupid offensive coaching right from the get-go. We had stupid amount of penalties. What was it? 10 plus penalties, 100 plus yards. More horrible nonsense. Fuller, right? For the majority of the game, I thought he was doing his job. Jacksonville State had 7 points midway through the fourth quarter or whatever it was. They were only averaging like 3.9 yards per play, which is nothing, right? Shutting down a shitty team like any decent defense should. But then he reminded us who he is. It's Fuller. So we go for it. Fourth and goal from the 3? And I was fine with kicking a field goal there, by the way. As aggressive as I am, like, I could kind of get going for it, getting a touchdown and really putting it away. But I would be perfectly fine kicking the field goal there and then playing defense against Jacksonville State and probably winning the game that way. But we didn't. We went for it. Didn't hold on to the ball on that end zone catch. And what did they do? The FCS team? And they had a 97-yard drive. So Fuller reminded us once again that, yes, I am in fact garbage. Don't forget. And then obviously the last play of the game, where it's just like, literally, your only play here is prevent. And I usually hate prevent defense. But when there's 6 seconds to go, that's the only play call in your playbook. That's it. That is it. But we explicably don't do that. We play some standard defense. I don't know, cover 2, cover 3, whatever it was. Receiver plucks out of the air. Our players overrun it. Strolls into the end zone as time expires to give FSU its worst loss in school history. We're running out of jokes to hold over the Gators' heads now. Now we have an FCS loss. About the only thing we have left, and I'm joking here, is at least Jacksonville State completed a pass, right? Georgia Southern didn't. But I'm kidding. Fuck all that. The loss is pathetic. So enough about the game. There's so much else to talk about. I'm not going to diagnose or fucking dissect any more of that buffoonery. What's the outlook? Pathetic. That's the outlook. I was done with Willie after the Wake Forest game, which might have been game 19 for him. We all know he got 21 games, right? I was done with him, knew he wasn't the guy. Didn't think he'd get fired second season, but I had no problem with it because I'm like, he ain't the guy. Now, is Mike the guy? There's no way you can say he is right now. There's no way you can sugarcoat or defend him and his staff right now after that kind of loss, right? Any goodwill that was earned during the Notre Dame showing is gone, right? And last week on my next day notes video, I said the Notre Dame showing should give you hope for, like, maybe this is the beginning of the turnaround. I didn't say, hey, now we're going to go 8-4, 9-3, or have a great season. No. The 21 season needle didn't move a whole lot for me after the Notre Dame showing. It just gave me a little more confidence. Yeah, we're probably more likely now to definitely, make a bowl, maybe go 7-5 if we're lucky, right? I had more confidence that would happen after the Notre Dame showing. Even if you think Notre Dame was overrated, they're still very talented. So that was the feeling I got. All right, a little more confident in that bowl game and maybe better 21 season. Yep. Maybe this is the beginning. I even said we'll see. Maybe this is the beginning of the turnaround, the slow climb back. All that goodwill that was earned is gone. Mike Norvell should be on your hot seat. Is he going to get fired? Rhetorical question. No, he's not. A Knoll fan, I forgot his name. His name's Adam Tolliver. Some of you may follow him. Good follow. Smart dude, bright dude. FSU alum, lifelong FSU fan. Brought up a hard truth, which is there's a sect of fans that wants Norvell fired this season because, well, Willie got fired, so, yeah. Oh, I get that, binary way of thinking. It's either this or that. But what Adam was saying, and I agree with, is the potential negative impact of firing another coach in this close proximity to the last firing, meaning we will be on our fourth head coach in the last 5 seasons. Jimbo, Willie, Mike, whoever would be next. That would likely have a bigger negative impact than letting Mike play it out. I'm not saying Mike deserves to play it out. Not in the slightest. But firing him season 2 is likely compounding the problem. So we're going to have to swallow this bitter pill and hope Mike can turn it around before his contract is up. Will he? I don't have very much confidence that he will. 3-8 in his FSU career with an AFCS loss. I have no confidence in the staff, nor should you, until they prove otherwise. My expectations for the rest of this season, somehow find a way to get better. You could pretty much throw a bowl game out the window. How are they going to go 6-4 when they still have to play Clemson, Florida, Miami, Wake Forest might be decent. Like, how we get... No. If we get more than... I'm not being hyperbolic here. If we get better than 4 wins, I'd be surprised. Because I don't know where the wins are coming from this year. But the only hope you can have for this rest of the season is they do get better, record-wise or whatever, right? They do get better. And let me fix my phone. There we go. They do get better. And you cross your fingers for a year 3 that's less slapdick. But I don't see it. This type of loss, and Knowles 24/7 guy, Sonone, had mentioned, a buddy of his texted him, the Jacksonville State loss is kind of a program killer, which is hard to believe because I feel like this program's already been killed the last few years and we're trying to, resurrect it. But seriously, odds of you getting any other blue chippers that are like sitting on the fence, slim and none. So this top 10 class or whatever it currently is, I'd be happy if it ended in the top 20 at this point, because I don't expect this season to end very well. If I wanted to, we're not making a bowl. Put whatever win total you want, 3, 4, 5. I don't see how we make a bowl. So I don't see how we get that type of class that we really needed this season. It's like my expectations were low, but holy fuck meme. My expectations weren't high for Mike this year. They were same as Willie's second year. Right? Show improvement from year 1, make a bowl, look competent, show some tangible evidence of upward trajectory. That doesn't look like it's going to happen. That's what needed to happen this year to get the kind of class, the 2022 class, that can really start the turnaround. Because then we need talent badly. I don't see it happening. So all I can say is we're likely watching dog shit. The Gators and Miami fans that were just hoping and just immediately throwing out Muschamp, McElwain, Golden, those morons might have been correct. We might be in the midst of our, Muschamp, McElwain, Willie Mike. So bitter pill to swallow. Now I'm going to go watch this other shitty team likely lose. But hey, at least we might have a franchise quarterback. Let's see how he does. All right, I'm out.